Floyd Mayweather, the self-proclaimed Money Mayweather, stands as one of the most polarizing figures in sports history. His unparalleled success in the boxing ring, with an undefeated record and career earnings surpassing $1.1 billion, has made him a symbol of wealth and triumph. Yet, beneath the glitz of private jets, diamond-encrusted watches, and sprawling mansions lies a troubling narrative of financial mismanagement, legal battles, and a lifestyle that may be teetering on the edge of collapse. Mayweather's story is a complex tapestry of brilliance, excess, and consequences, a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked spending and the fleeting nature of fame. Mayweather's financial saga is as captivating as his in-ring performances. Despite amassing a fortune that ranks him among the highest-earning athletes of all time, reports of his financial troubles have surfaced repeatedly. The Internal Revenue Service, IRS, has been a constant shadow, with claims that Mayweather owes staggering sums in unpaid taxes. At one point, the IRS alleged a debt of $22.2 million, a figure that has reportedly ballooned to hundreds of millions, with some sources citing a lawsuit involving a $500 million tax obligation. Mayweather has publicly downplayed these claims, asserting he paid $18 million in taxes and dismissing the severity of the situation. However, the persistence of these allegations paints a picture of neglect rather than deception, a man so consumed by his wealth and image that he overlooks critical financial responsibilities. How does someone who has earned over $1 billion find themselves in such a predicament? The answer lies in Mayweather's spending habits, which are as legendary as his defensive boxing style. His Instagram feed is a shrine to extravagance, showcasing fleets of luxury cars, including Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Rolls-Royces, often in matching colors like his infamous all-white collection. He boasts of owning over 100 vehicles, referring to a select group as his Sweet 16. His jewelry collection is equally ostentatious, with estimates suggesting he owns hundreds of millions in diamond-encrusted pieces, including an $18 million watch, one of the most expensive in the world. Mayweather's purchases extend to real estate, with properties like a $42 million New York City acquisition and a lavish Los Angeles mansion, despite rumors of financial strain. These displays of wealth are not just purchases, they are a core part of his identity, a way to reinforce the money moniker that defines him. Critics argue that this relentless need to flaunt wealth stems not from security but from insecurity. Mayweather's public persona is built on being the richest, the flashiest, the untouchable champion. Yet, this bravado comes at a cost. The same critics point to a lack of financial discipline, noting that his spending far outpaces sustainable wealth management. Unlike athletes who invest in long-term ventures or diversify their portfolios, Mayweather's business moves often seem impulsive, designed for headlines rather than stability. His promotional company, Mayweather Promotions, has been a success, but stories like 50 Cent's claim of investing millions in the business only to be ignored upon Mayweather's release from jail suggest a pattern of unreliable financial dealings. Such anecdotes raise questions about his loyalty and ability to manage relationships with those who support him. Mayweather's legal troubles further complicate his narrative. His tax issues are only one facet of a long history with the law. In 2011, he served 2 months in jail for a misdemeanor related to a domestic dispute, an incident he downplayed as a misunderstanding blown out of proportion. He has spoken candidly about the toll of that experience, emphasizing the value of freedom over wealth. "Freedom is very important," he said, reflecting on how his fortune could not shield him from personal and legal consequences. More recently, an altercation at a Miami jewelry store over a disputed payment for a diamond escalated to police involvement, reinforcing perceptions of financial instability. These incidents, combined with his IRS battles, challenge the image of a man in control of his empire. The parallels between Mayweather and other boxers, like Mike Tyson, are striking. Tyson, too, earned hundreds of millions during his career, only to declare bankruptcy after spending on extravagant items like tigers and gold-plated bathtubs. Mayweather's trajectory mirrors this pattern: outrageous purchases, public bragging, and a fragile financial foundation. Tyson's downfall serves as a stark warning, and many investigating fears that Mayweather may be on a similar path. The question is whether he can avoid Tyson's fate by adopting financial discipline or if his obsession with wealth will lead to a similar collapse. Mayweather's post-retirement activities have done little to quell these concerns. Since stepping away from professional boxing in 2017, he has participated in a series of exhibition matches against social media influencers and lesser-known fighters. These bouts, often criticized as cash grabs, fetch him $5 million to $10 million per fight, but lack the competitive merit of his prime years. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a former protege, has suggested that Mayweather's need for attention drives these spectacles, claiming he struggles to share the spotlight with younger fighters. Davis pointed to instances where Mayweather announced high-profile events, like his fight with Conor McGregor, to overshadow other boxers' moments, such as the Canelo Alvarez vs. Gennady Golovkin bout. This need for relevance may explain his continued presence in the ring, even in his late 40s, as he chases both money and adoration. Public perception of Mayweather is a mix of admiration and fatigue. His undefeated record and mastery in the ring cement his status as one of boxing's all-time greats. Fans and analysts debate whether he ranks among the top 3, 5, or 10 boxers in history, with some even arguing he is the greatest of all time. His defensive prowess, ring IQ, and ability to dominate elite opponents like Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez bolster this case. Yet, his relentless self-praise and comparisons to past legends like Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson draw accusations of arrogance. Fans are growing weary of his ego-driven antics, especially as his post-retirement endeavors seem more about preserving his brand than contributing to boxing's legacy. Mayweather's relationships with peers and rivals offer further insight into his character. His falling out with 50 Cent, who claims Mayweather dismissed a multimillion-dollar debt, highlights a pattern of strained alliances. Similarly, Conor McGregor and UFC President Dana White have publicly mocked his financial woes, with White joking about the near impossibility of escaping massive IRS debt. These criticisms, while tinged with rivalry, underscore a broader narrative. Mayweather's carefully curated image is cracking under the weight of his choices. His recent real estate ventures add another layer of intrigue. The $42 million New York property purchase, alongside a $20 million Midtown acquisition, has raised eyebrows given his alleged debts. Some see these moves as strategic investments to protect his wealth, while others view them as desperate attempts to maintain his lavish image. Reports of unpaid employees at his Los Angeles gym protesting further fuel speculation of a cash crunch. The contrast between his public flexing and these financial red flags creates a sense of whiplash, leaving observers questioning whether Mayweather is a savvy mogul or a man out of his depth. Mayweather's personal life adds depth to his story. He has spoken about the challenges of fatherhood, particularly his strained relationship with the mother of 3 of his children, which led to legal issues. He has expressed a desire to build generational wealth for his 4 children, emphasizing education and business acumen over handouts. "I believe in building generational wealth," he said, outlining a vision for his children to triple his achievements and pass the blueprint to their descendants. Yet, his own financial missteps cast doubt on his ability to model this discipline. The cultural fascination with Mayweather's lifestyle reflects a broader societal obsession with wealth and fame. His story taps into the archetype of the flamboyant boxer, a figure who rises from humble beginnings to unimaginable riches, only to risk it all through excess. This narrative, seen in fighters like Tyson and Evander Holyfield, resonates because it mirrors the human struggle with temptation and hubris. Mayweather's love for depreciating assets like cars and jewelry, rather than appreciating investments like real estate or stocks, underscores a lack of financial literacy that plagues many athletes. Despite these challenges, Mayweather's legacy in boxing remains untouchable. His technical brilliance, work ethic, and ability to market himself as a villain or hero transformed him into a global icon. Fights like his 2015 bout with Pacquiao, dubbed the "fight of the century," generated over $600 million, showcasing his drawing power. His transition from a pressure fighter with hand injuries to the slick, defensive money, Mayweather demonstrates adaptability and resilience. Even his exhibition matches, while criticized, highlight his enduring marketability. YouTubers and influencers line up to face him, banking on the publicity of a Mayweather bout. Ultimately, Mayweather's story is one of contradictions, a man who achieved the impossible yet remains imprisoned by his own success. His fortune, once a symbol of freedom, has become a source of isolation and distrust. "Being rich hasn't spared me from surveillance," he once said, hinting at the personal toll of his fame. As he navigates IRS lawsuits, public scrutiny, and the pressures of his brand, the question looms: can he rewrite the script and avoid the fate of boxers before him? Or will his love for the spotlight and excess lead to an inevitable fall? For now, Mayweather continues to captivate, whether through a new property deal, a viral Instagram post, or a surprise exhibition. His fans hope he can preserve his legacy, not just as a boxer but as a man who learns from his mistakes. The boxing world will miss Floyd "Money" Mayweather when he finally steps away, but the lessons of his journey, about wealth, fame, and responsibility, will endure long after the lights dim.